Hi once again to a new episode of the Study in Turku Alumni Series. Today we're talking with Fuad, an alumni from Åbo Akademi University. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Could you perhaps go through a bit, how has your career looked like, so far? I mean, what have you done in your career and so on to get you where you are today?
Yeah, thanks for that question and thanks for inviting me. Basically, ever since I graduated from Åbo Akademi, I had been part of both academic research projects and also had been working in the industry as well. In 2019, I graduated from Åbo Akademi from International Masters Program, and after that, I immediately started working with one of the faculties as a project assistant, which is followed by another project where I basically worked as a teacher to develop online innovation and entrepreneurship course for students in different fields like bioscience, biochemistry, and biomedicine. And after that, in 2020, I continued working. I started working in the industry as a management consultant in a small consulting firm here in Turku. And recently, I have joined a new consulting firm, which is in Germany, and that's what I've been doing lately.
There's a lot of interesting stuff there. Perhaps if we start off, could you tell a bit more about, the process behind choosing Åbo Akademi? I guess, there were probably some, or perhaps even a lot of, different opportunities and paths you could have taken. Why did you choose Åbo Akademi and Turku specifically?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Actually, there had been many opportunities. When I first decided to come to Finland or going for higher studies at abroad, I researched and there were plenty of universities that I could go into in Europe and got the chance and offer from them. But I decided to come to Finland because at that time, in Finland, higher education was completely free. There was no tuition, so that was one advantage for me. And also, when I researched many of the things, one of the factors that really appealed to me is the Finnish education system, which is very appealing for international students because it's very considered to be one of the best education system in the world. And also the contemporary education that Åbo Akademi was offering at that time and still now do is very demanding in the industry and academia.
So how was it like coming here, starting off the studies? Did you get the support you needed and perhaps asked for? And in general, how was the kind of the start of the studies plan? Was it easy? Was it difficult? How do you remember that one?
In terms of meeting people, it was a bit difficult at the beginning because of course, as a foreigner, it's not easy to befriend someone new. But eventually, I was able to meet lots of new people through my studies actually, because I participated in many international and extracurricular activities, hackathons, innovation camps, and these are the small things besides studies that helped me meeting new people from outside different nationalities in Europe and also outside Europe. And that's one angle to network with interesting people, not necessarily just for an opportunity for a job, but also to meet new people and survive through ups and downs in lives in finding what you're looking for.
You also mentioned networking. You went to a lot of events. You met up with a lot of people. Of course, networking in general is something that everyone is talking about nowadays. The importance of networking, perhaps even how you should network. How did you feel about the networking part? Is it something that comes easy for you? Did you have to push yourself, to get those kind of networks? How do you think of that process?
It depends on the context, definitely. When it comes to networking can reside both in academia and in the job separately. But let's say if you want to just meet people, and then networking for me it's pretty easy in social contexts because usually you meet people through social events or extracurricular activities or any kind of education related things you are participating in. So, like I said before, that I was participating in hackathons, innovation camps, and these kind of programs are basically organized in with higher education institutions in different cities. So that means that you get to meet people or students, perhaps from universities from different European countries, perhaps, and also you get to meet people from the industry who are also in collaboration to provide a business problem that you are solving to. So it's a multidisciplinary way of meeting new people. At the end of the day, it might be that you're just meeting those people for fun, but also it can pay off later on when you are looking for something interesting from this, whether they're friends or work-related people that you meet through these events. And as for networking, I would say it's not that difficult if you know how to do it. And if your goal is just to land a job, then perhaps networking is not the best way to see it. If you network for the sake of meeting a new people, or meeting a new person, or helping him or her out, that could be a better approach to networking, in my opinion.
So, could you perhaps tell us a bit about, your relationship with Turku, the city? I mean, what do you think of the city? How do you feel about the city in general?
I would say that it's a really small city. I come from a very big city and overcrowded, populated city. But I would say Turku is one of the peaceful cities I have experienced in my life, and that's what I really like, because I know myself is kind of person who loves big cities, but also having this space to myself. So when I experience that kind of quietness and calmness, that gives me a really good a vibe that, okay, this is a very good place to stay in the long run.
So before we wrap things up, are there some life wisdoms that you would like to share with our audience, either about professional life, studies, or maybe life in general?
Yeah, sure. Well, if anybody who is watching this video, and if anybody is curious enough to study or pursue a life in Finland, I would say that, of course, it's quite an adventure to be here. And I am so grateful and happy that I made that choice to take that chance to come here to study, because going for higher studies or pursuing a different life journey it can be challenging and daunting, but of course it's an adventure that you want to keep yourself telling after you grow old. Whether it was successful or not, or whether it will be successful or not for anyone who is coming here, it would still be worth trying for that kind of ventures in life, because going through this kind of experiences will teach you lots of things than going through traditional journeys. So that's of course the number one takeaway from this. And the second takeaway is, or my suggestion would be, if somebody wants to pursue studies here or stay here in Finland or work here in Finland, then of course you should do your research, know about what you want to do in life to start with, because if you want to do something that is not offered in Finland, then there is no point. But there's lots of other opportunities that you can basically pursue here, and most importantly be really happy at the end of the day by living here in Finland. And also, if somebody wants a different lifestyle than traditional lifestyle that we see in other parts of the world, Finland would be a very excellent place to choose from those. Yeah, I think that would be my lessons or suggestions.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your story, and thank you, dear viewers, for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.